Hey, hi, welcome to my channel. Just be waiting. Have I got lipstick on my teeth? Let's turn it around. No, I don't. We're still good. Let's have a discussion, okay? Come on in, take a seat, come in. Bring your coffee, bring your tea, bring your wine. Is it wine o'clock where you are? If it is, drank it, honey. We're gonna have a nice discussion. Put your phone on silent, take the doorbell off, take the batteries out. It's just me and you right now, okay, girl? Don't worry about a single thing. Why am I here with you today? Well, I wanted to discuss with you a topic on whether you can change a person. That is whether you can change your friend, whether you can change your man, your husband, your wife, your girl, your boo thing. Can you really change a person? Easy answer is no, in my opinion anyway, girl. I'm just saying, like, no. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think that a person can only change if they want to change. I think that we spend so much of our time, especially in relationships, trying to make that person be the person we want them to be. But what I realized is sometimes when you do that, you forget about yourself and some of the things that you could change to make the relationship better. Sometimes it's not just the other person. Sometimes it is also you. And if you're too busy pointing fingers at the other person and wanting them to change and change and change and change and change, and they're just staying the same, well, maybe it's because they feel like you're also staying the same. Maybe, I don't know. What you think? Because, sorry, my eye got a bit of an itch here, you got to get that good eye itch. Because I have been in a relationship many years ago, and I was with this person at very early age of my 20s. I'd never been in a relationship before, and it was just a hot mess. Because I hadn't been in one before, I think I went into the relationship very naive. Like, I didn't really think about what could come out of this relationship. I literally spoke it into the universe that I wanted to have a boyfriend by the time it was my birthday. Otherwise, I said to myself, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. And I actually didn't say it to myself. I said it to a friend of mine. I'll never forget, we were walking down where I was living. We were walking down the shopping high street, and I said it out loud, and I was like, I want to have a boyfriend. I'm 20, 21 or whatever age I was. I don't have a boyfriend. I've never had a proper boyfriend before. Like, what the hell? This is ridiculous. And literally the universe was like, okay, spun to the left, spun to the right, and dropped Satan's child in my pathway. And when I say that, I say because this guy was like just the worst cheat. And it wasn't even that he cheated on me with multiple girls that I know of. I think it was just about the way that he was going about things. When I found out about this other girl, and I hadn't even found out that they had been like seeing each other. I was just under the impression that they were seeing each other, but he was always throwing me off the scent. As much as God was, pushing my face back, he was kind of going, nope, don't look over there. And God was like, girl. And I was like, it's okay. I'm going to listen to him because, I want to believe, because I'm that girl. This is my first relationship. We are going to get married. We're going to live in a big house. And we talked about this. Like, it was something that I spoke about with this guy. I literally spoke about it with him. He was like, yeah, I can even imagine when we have a child, the child will look like you. The whole shebang. Not knowing that this guy was actually seeing somebody else the whole time. So I would say probably the first year or something, that honeymoon phase, ours actually lasted about a year. And then I went on holiday with my friends and came back, and I felt like things were a bit different between us. And there were so many telltale signs. The intuition was burning inside of me, like burning inside of me. And I just chose to ignore it. Even when it slapped me in the face, I just chose to ignore it because I wanted to believe that what he was saying was true. I wanted to believe that when he told me that he was no longer going to speak to this girl again, I wanted to believe that it was true. In the end, I guess hindsight is a wonderful thing, girl. Hindsight is like our best friend, because we all do that. Had I known, I would not. Had I known, I wouldn't. Had I known, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, girl. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Because I probably shoulda swerved him when he came into my pathway. And I probably should have walked the first time I saw something. But I genuinely wanted to believe that even when it was in my face and he was denying it, I wanted to believe that he was going to change for the better and things were going to get better between us. And I wasted about 5.5 years. I say wasted lightly because I feel like it was a big lesson for me. But I genuinely think that unless that person wants to change, there is nothing that anybody can say to them. There's nothing anybody can do. You know, you can put them in a retreat. You can take them to the moon. You can, you know, make them lie down on a bed of nails with a Buddha right beside them and they'll come out being all enlightened. But actually, if they don't want to change, they're not going to change. And that's just how it is. So I do genuinely feel that sometimes it's better for us to just work on ourselves. You know, what could I potentially do to make this situation better? Because sometimes, you know, it's a bit of a relay race sometimes. The person's running towards you, but if you don't take that baton and run to the next destination, that person is going to get to you and think, well, you're not doing anything, you know? So if they change up into a point and you're still the same, that person is just going to revert back. And 9 times out of 10, I found anyway that when people have said, you know, or, you know, when I've got into relationships anyway, and the person has said, I've said, oh, I don't like what you do, whatever. And then they've been like, oh, okay. And they've stopped doing it. What has always hurt me is when I talk to them later and they've gone back to doing it. Like a guy I was seeing, he used to drink red wine. And I was like, I don't like the fact that you drink, because I'm not a big drinker. So every Friday he would have a glass of red wine, you know, to, you know, bring down the day and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. And he immediately was like, oh, I'm not going to do it again. You know, it's fine. Like, and he wasn't a big drinker. He'd have like a glass. It wasn't like, you know, cup 3, 4, 5, 6 glasses. And then he, you know, poured it down the sink and all the ones he had. And it's all of that. I want to do it for you. I want to do it for you. And then when we stopped seeing each other, and we became friends and, you know, I'd meet up with him, he was back to drinking the wine. And I remember I was like, okay. So obviously you only stopped drinking that wine because I asked you to do it, but you actually did not want to do it. It's thoughtful. It's thoughtful that, yeah, you wanted to do it for me, I guess, for the relationship. It was just the way he was so quick to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to stop. And then the second we, you know, broke up, he went straight back to it. And it's the same with the first guy that I was dating who was cheating on me. In the end, he ended up staying with the girl. As much as he did everything to protest that I don't want to be with her, she's not my type, blah, 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 blah. He ended up being with her and going on to have 2 children with her. I mean, one of them was, you know, when we were together, but that's a whole nother story, girl. Anywho, to me, it felt like, gosh, so all those things you were saying, all those times that you promised me this, actually, you were only doing it to quieten me down at that point. So I do genuinely think that there has to be a way where we realize that we cannot change people. You cannot change people. You might be able to change a circumstance, and you can definitely change your makeup. You can change your outfit. You can change the color of your room. But can you really change a person? At the end of the day, sometimes circumstances, you create them, so you can change them. You put your makeup on, so you can change it. As long as you didn't create that DNA in that person, you are not going to change them, sis. You are not going to change them, cuz it's just not going to happen. You have to face the facts that if they want to change, if a person wants to change, they will do it for themselves. They will look at the circumstance that they are in and say, okay, this circumstance is not benefiting me. It's making the people around me miserable. It doesn't actually make me all that happy. So actually, I need to change me in order to make that circumstance better. But if you are the person hammering on at that person as to how bad they are, how they don't make you happy, how they've made the situation terrible, it doesn't mean that that person has enough empathy, sympathy, care to actually genuinely, from the deep part of their heart, want to change for you. It takes a very considerate, listen, it takes an angel Gabriel, okay, from that really changes from like that deep part of their heart, you know, for you. I mean, I guess there might be people out there who say I changed for her, or I changed for him, or I changed for them. But I genuinely believe that you probably changed because you wanted to change. If they don't want to be a better person, if they don't want to, you know, feel better in themselves, then there's not really much you can do about that. You know, they may, sometimes people ask you for help, but again, even when they ask you to help me be a better person, help me to, I don't know, extreme circumstances, stop smoking or taking drugs or, you know, being an alcoholic. But if they genuinely don't want to do it, then you can take them to as much rehab and lock them in a room and all of that as you want, but they'll probably relapse because actually they thought about it and they don't want to do it. But if they genuinely think, I want to change my life, I want to better my life, I want to better everything about my life, then you will lock them up, you'll take them to that rehab, and they will just be a better person. So I guess for me, I know that I say that I want to change in certain circumstances, but then when I look down in my heart, maybe I'm still doing the same things I was doing before because I was just saying it to make that person happy or to shut them up. But actually, I didn't really change that much. If you are in a situation and you feel like, gosh, I'm so frustrated with this person because we've talked, we've done this, we've done that, and there's still not much change, then I think that you have to think about whether that person will ever change. You know, I think that there are people that sometimes it takes them longer to change. Sometimes you have to change the dynamic. Sometimes you have to change the circumstance. You have to change what's going on around you in order for that person to want to change. You know, it's the same like saying, well, he keeps cheating on me and he's not changing. He sees it makes me cry. He says he's sorry. He says he's not going to do it again, but then he does it again. Maybe that's because you stay with him, sis. Maybe it's because you stay with him. Maybe if you left him, you know, not for good. If he loves him, then don't leave for good. But maybe you just put yourself in hiding for a little bit. Maybe you just peekaboo for a little bit. He or she might turn around and say, actually, I miss them. I need to change. I want to change. I will change. I'm going to do everything in my power to change. And you give them that space and that time to change. And nothing happens in a day. Sometimes people change over time. They might change a little bit here and then still do that thing over there that annoys you, but they've changed that thing over there. Maybe it's going to take them a bit more time to get to that place to change that as well. So I think it's about, if you feel, you know, intuition is a great gift. It is a great gift. It's not something to take lightly. So if you feel like, you know what, I've given them 25 years of my life and they haven't changed, then girl, I don't know what to tell you. That's 25 of your life that you ain't gonna get back, sis, okay? But if you've given them, you know, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, a year, 2 years, whatever, and you think there's still nothing has changed, then you have to just think about the fact that maybe they just don't want to change. And so now, what is best for me? What do I need to do in order to make myself happy? Because what they're doing is not making me happy. So what do I need to do? I need to change the narrative. I need to change the direction. I need to change all of that right now in order to make myself feel happy. Because at the end of the day, it's just you in that coffin, honey. Even if they create a plot for your husband or they create a plot behind you, it's just you. It's just gonna be you in that. It's just you. There ain't gonna be no husband beside you. So at the end of the day, everybody's past is different. You might go before him. He might go before you. Don't stay in something that makes you unhappy and you can see that that person is not making the effort, so actually I need to be the one to make the effort. Either I need to change the narrative, or I need to change the circumstance, or I just need to pack my bags up and leave. Literally. You heard? So that's my opinion on whether a person can really change. In my opinion, yes, if they want to. It is if they want to. Okay? It's not if you want them to, it's if they want to. And if you feel like you've given them ample time, not the 25 years, honey, but you've given them ample time and they're still not changing, then girl, like I said, pack your bags up and leave. Even though that song was sung to the person who was cheating. But anyway, it can apply to you as well, okay? Here we have it. We've already come to the end. Oh, I know you want more. I know you want more, sis. I'm going to give you more. But the only way you are going to get more is if you remember to subscribe. And if you remember to press the notification bell. So when I'm ready to call you back for you to take another seat, you can come back. Share, comment, do all of that business. Be nice in the comments now though, because you know Jesus don't like ugly. I'll be back sooner than you think, but you gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe, girl. Do it. If you're still watching me, then you might as well. What you gotta do, just move the cursor. There. Then I'll be back. I'll be back to you. Before you know it, I'll be back. And you know what you can do? You can even forget the Netflix. You can just chill with me. Afia and chill. Oh, girl. Oh, I know you can't wait now. You cannot wait. But I thank you for your time. I hope that you've enjoyed watching. And I will be back with another Take a Seat with Afia real soon. Take care, girl. Love you, sis.